welcome back. This is By the Book, and we are married relationship coaches. I'm Seth.
I'm Sil.
And today we're talking about Married at First Sight, season 16. This is after the decision day. They've now decided to do these shows that follow decision day. So we're going to talk a little bit about Airris and Jasmine, and maybe a little bit about Jasmine's auntie, because she's hilarious.
I love it. Her auntie. Yeah.
She is hilarious. She's like everybody's auntie. Yeah. But one of the things my husband and I talk about in terms of Jasmine and Airris is Airris's like maturity level, his readiness. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that Jasmine's aunt was saying was that he didn't want to be married. Jasmine said he wasn't ready to be married. Auntie says he didn't want to be married because he would have stayed married to Jasmine. And I don't know if I agree with that, because just because he wanted to be married and she's a good person, and she seems to be a very good person, very sweet, very dedicated to the marriage. But again, one of the things that we go back to season after season is that sometimes these people are just not attracted to each other. And I do believe Airris when he said he wasn't attracted to her. I believe if he was attracted to her, they would have had physical intimacy early in the marriage. Jasmine was ready.
Yeah.
On day one. Okay, so I think it would have happened. I think there was definitely holdbacks in terms of his attraction to her. Mm-hmm. And we've speculated a time or two on what it might have been. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I found that was very interesting on the after party is that Airris did mention that he told her, I think this was early, like during the honeymoon, or before, he told Jasmine, because she asked him to, what was he not attracted to? So as much as we've had to speculate and, we're like, I don't think it's this or that. Yeah. Whatever it is or whatever he was willing to share with her, he told her very early on. And they did try to move past it, and I guess they just couldn't. So my question for you is, do you think it's what we first speculated about in terms of like, her maybe needing braces or something like that? Or do you think it may have been something else?
I think that's my number one candidate for the demise of his attraction level for her. It was her smile.
Would that have thrown you off as a man? Like, honestly, would that have been enough? Or would you have been able to look past it and be like, well, she's got like a nice figure, etc., provided that you like that figure. Let's just say you did.
Provided that I liked the figure, could I had looked past the smile. In that situation of being married already and then living with the person,
I don't like that look on your face,
and trying to get trying to get to know the person. If I'm really open to the process and trying to get to know the person, then yeah, I would be able to look past it.
You could.
But if I'm meeting someone just out and I'm sizing them up and I'm gonna be totally transparent, because I never really want to be that guy, that's just purely physical, attraction, and if you didn't, meet whatever I'm looking for at that particular time, and then I'm just totally turned off by that person, no matter what they say or they do. I don't want to be that person, but I do know I have a tendency to kind of like lean that way. Okay. And so yeah, if I'm signed up for Married at First Sight, I'm mature enough though to be like, okay, whoever they put in front of me, and I'm going all in.
So we know Airris is not mature enough, probably. He hasn't had real relationships. So he hasn't had to exercise that level of maturity. Yeah. So it could very much be that was it, Because this would have been before he could really gauge exactly how strong of a personality she had. This was very early on. This is something I think that was like a knee-jerk physical reaction to her. Yes. And it could only be, probably a handful of things unless she like smells bad or something like that, which I would presume no.
Yeah.
But, you know, it could really have only been, you know, her figure, her smile.
She was tall.
Her height.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. And I do agree with you. I think the most likely candidate, one that stands out, one that might even be embarrassing to him if he brought her in a room full of people, because it would be something that they could kind of like clown her about, you know, and he wouldn't have any pushback that he could really give. So I could see that being tough for a guy, usually a younger guy, but nonetheless, you know.
Young in mind.
So speaking in mind, what else did you have in mind regarding Jasmine and Airris?
Well, you pretty much summed it up. Just some of the other things, like you said, it could have been just pure speculation. If it was not her smile, if it was not her height, could it have been maybe he likes more of a natural hair? I know she wears, you know, not her hair. It could have been something like that.
Maybe, but I feel like that's something he would have said to the experts at the beginning. And then I think we would have probably seen someone wearing their natural hair if that was the case. So okay. I think it was exactly what we said.
Yeah.
It was. Here's my question for you. Where is his cousin? Now, we saw Airris go and talk to his roommate, which I didn't even know he had a roommate.
And no, never said that he had a roommate.
A turn off for a 39-year-old man to have a roommate.
Yeah.
So if she knew about that, she should have been off put. She should have had something to say about that.
True that.
Because there's no way in the world I'm dating a 39-year-old man with roommates.
Yeah.
So he goes, he sees his roommate. And then the fact that his roommate's nickname is Cheese. Like, what are y'all doing? How old are you people? Like, really? Anyway, he's ready to be set up with one of
walks in and he's ready to be
girlfriends. Yeah, girlfriend's friends.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That was just a mess. But in all of that, I have to tell you, I was disappointed that I didn't see Felina. I was looking for Airris's cousin to get right on in his face and be like, I told you.
Nobody needs to see Felina.
Yes, they do.
No, we don't.
What we don't need to see is her in another tube top. Now, if she got shoulder straps, then it's fine with me.
Yeah.
But I enjoy Felina. She is a little rude to Jasmine and everything. But she is what she is. She's going to give it to you straight. She's going to give it to Airris straight.
Yeah.
And I could have enjoyed that moment.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. In Jasmine's confessional, basically she said that the only thing that she needed to work on herself was her, you know, speaking up, working on her confidence and speaking up. And she said from that point on, she was perfect. She was a perfect wife. What do you find, or how do you feel about this newfound confidence that she's speaking, you know, in regards to she's all that in a bag of chips, basically? I mean, how do you feel
I think
about
it's
that?
fake. I think it's very much fake. I think she has her own insecurities that haven't left her. And I don't think that this process was beneficial for her. However, I do believe, and based upon what she said at the decision day sofa, that she doesn't want a narrative out about her not having any self-confidence. And I feel like she felt the need to undo whatever she felt Airris might have done in terms of her image to the public. So I think that's why she expressed that. A lot of us, we can speak with more confidence than we actually have, you know, and I think it was nothing more than that.
Okay. I can understand that, you know. It was kind of, for me, it was a little bit jarring because it just seemed out of character.
Yeah, and it is, and it was, and it won't be her character.
Yeah,
probably not for a long time. I think she's a lot more humble than that, and a lot more insecure.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a thin line between being confident and being arrogant, and that was kind of tipping into the arrogant category. So
don't you believe it? That's I don't think that's her at all.
Yeah, don't overcorrect, Jasmine. Yeah, whatever you do, don't overdo it. You know, be still be true to who you are.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's what we have on Jasmine and Airris. Let us know your thoughts And were you disappointed not to see Felina like I was? I was ready for her
Keep
to give it to Airris. I told you should have never done this in the first place. I was ready for it. He won't even talk to her. He embarrassed. So anyway, guys, drop those comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. And we will talk to you soon.
Bye.